Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. Guys, it is time. I finally finished my brand new game room, and it has been quite a process. I've worked so hard over the past couple of months to kind of get this room up and running and feeling like a good, solid game room and not like an old dank basement. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it is a smaller space, but I like this room better than I did with the one upstairs. Obviously the one upstairs was a little brighter, it was a little more like lively during the day, but at nighttime this room rules. And honestly, when I game, it's mostly at night. So also, I have been sick, so please ignore my voice throughout this video. My sinuses are still a little funky, but I couldn't wait anymore to show you guys how cool this room is. And I really want to thank you guys who have been with me all the way through the recording from game room to game room. Those of you who have taken an interest in what I've done to kind of make this room. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, ask questions, give me advice, like what you think I should do, because I love changing things around. But without further ado, let's dive in and I'll show you my new game room. All right, so here is the entrance to the brand new game room, and as you can see, I have done some serious work here. It is pretty crazy. Oh, I forgot to turn this guy on. Let's do that. Let's get a little ambiance, right? So here is the main entrance. I have done so much work in here. I have all of my Star Wars autographs right here in the front, and other memorabilia. Some paintings my wife and I did. Really sweet Jedi sign. Look at all that. Just autographs, all kinds of cool stuff. Different people that I've met. And then this side here, which is pretty much posters. I'm gonna shut this door here. It gets a little dark. I do have lighting on the way. See how dark it gets in here? It kind of stinks. But I have lighting on the way. Let's flip in here. And it's gonna kind of like brighten all this stuff up. But again, a game room is always something that like is constantly changing and moving around. But I wanted to kind of set up these posters here all the way around to the ceiling to center around my episode 3 stand-up Vader from Burger King, which is really cool. I got tons of cool posters here. I mean, tons of stuff, floor to ceiling. And of course, still have my guitars here because they haven't gone anywhere, and my full-size Kylo Ren there. But yeah, so my plan is up in here to add some lighting, because what I did recently was, you can't really see well, but I've added all of my action figures up here. So my Pez collection's here, all of my weird figures, sorry for the light there, and then my cool like Star Wars ships, look at that, and then all of my figures are up in the rest. Now again, I try to use as much space as possible to display my figures like that, because this is like a basement. Like, you got to do the best you can with what you have. So I try to attach all these like cool stickers just to use every square inch of space to make it feel like an actual game room and not just a basement. So this is what it looks like when you first walk in. You see I got my little Pac-Man machine here, and I apologize about my voice. My wife and I have been home quarantining for a little while due to reasons. So yeah, it's just been an interesting week. So I got to do a lot of work in here. This is kind of where I spend most of my time in here. This is my chair, and it's wonderful. It's a recliner. Oh boy, it's the best. In here, I have my iPad, my universal remote, my PS5 remote, my surround sound remote, and something else. I don't remember what it is in there. But just look at this. Look how great this turned out. Now, this took me so long to kind of get set up and really have it looking the way that I wanted. And as you can see, like, I piled stuff in, man. I am so pleased with how it looks. Like, oh, I almost tripped. Yeah, it just looks so good. I'm so happy with it. So to start, you'll see my GameCube collection. Some of my notables being Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I also got Wind Waker there, both for really cheap. And we got my original Xbox collection. I knocked this guy over, so we'll just fix Master Chief. We got Conquer, we got the Def Jam Fight for New York. Down here, continuation of that. Time Splitters Future Perfect, I got that for like 20 bucks. Really good deal, and I know that's not worth the whole ton, but I still love that Steelbook, man. It's so cool. Down here we got the Xbox One, and then way down there, you can't really see it, that's kind of like my junk bin. That's where I have all my extra stuff. Then back up here, we have my Master System and my Sega Genesis collection. Some of my loose games here. Phantasy Star is definitely one of my heavy hitters here. I ended up talking them down to about 80 bucks. That game's somewhere in the 170 range right now, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And obviously I don't have a ton of Master System games, just a few. And then the most notable like Genesis games that I have are just ones that are like nostalgic to me. Probably Sonic 3 is getting up there about 50 bucks now, but I got that way back in the day. Super pleased with that. I love this Genesis collection. It's just, what's more 90s than the Sega Genesis, right? What's more 90s? How about the original Nintendo? I love this stuff too, man. So I got my boxed Super Mario Brothers a long time ago, along with, I think they're behind here, Mario Brothers 3 and 2. Those are getting up there in price right now. It's crazy. But I love this collection. It's nothing crazy in here, nothing like out of the ordinary. I do love this Kirby's Adventure. That's one of my favorites. And then the Adventures of Link in box. Just some cool stuff, man. Really cool. Down here, I kind of had to find a place for my Atari 2600 stuff. So I just kind of like, you can't really see, but they're like stacked to the ceiling back there. I got some cool like Star Wars games, nothing crazy. Mario Brothers, E.T. in there. There's E.T. Can't have an Atari 2600 collection without that. And then we have my PlayStation 1 collection. Again, nothing super crazy in here. A lot of this is stuff from my childhood, stuff that was my brother's. So a lot of like sports games and things like that, but it's all like nostalgic stuff for me. So really pleased to have that stuff in here. I'm really pleased with how like everything just fit perfectly, you see? So cool. And then down here, this is probably one of my favorite collections. This is the PlayStation 2, and as you can see, it's pretty sizable, and I'm pretty much out of space. The most notable games that I have are Kingsfield, The Ancient City. That's disc only. I just made like a cool case for it. I paid $5 for that at a pawn shop. And then we got Silent Hill Origins that I paid 60 for, or 65, I think that says, 65 bucks. And that is continuing to rise, continuing to go up. This Action Replay Max is also going up. That one may be going soon, but for now it's gonna hang there. Now over here, this is probably my favorite section for the most part. This is my Super Nintendo section with my Superboy, a couple of boxed games here, Tin Star, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, and just a ton of cool nostalgic games. This is the first console that I ever played growing up. That Porky Pig right there, that's one of my favorites. Love that game. Super creepy, I remember. Then of course, the classic N64. We got GoldenEye 007, Perfect Dark in the box, and then a whole myriad. I'm trying to not block. It's hard to get everything. A whole myriad of cool games in here. This really cool keychain that my brother and my sister-in-law got me for Christmas, and then kind of this wireless controller, which has really changed the game. I love that controller, but this thing just makes everything so much easier. But I love the N64. I still got some room to grow right there, so that's really cool. Down here we got my 3DS, my Vita, and my DS, and and it is jam-packed in there, man. Jam-packed. So I'm gonna have to try to find a way to like spread that stuff out. But I don't really play this stuff a whole lot. My 3DS is in use up in our bedroom. My wife has been playing that, so it's not here. Down here we got the Sega CD and the start of my Sega Saturn collection. The Clockwork Knight is a really, really good one. I got Nights into Dreams down there. Panzer Dragoon. I got, what do I have down here? Tons of really cool stuff. Very expensive system to collect for, but one of my favorites. Speaking of my favorite, the Wii U, man. This system freaking rules. It's so underrated. So underrated. I just love being able to have all of this stuff. I'm really working on growing this collection. My most notable is this Zelda, but I got some of like the oddball ones like Tank, Wheel of Fortune, some of the crazy weird ones, but nothing like Devil's Third or anything like that. I'll get there eventually. Please ignore the fact that I'm out of breath. Please ignore that. Right here, we have my PlayStation 4 collection, the starts of it anyway. So we got Job Simulator over here. I just picked that one up. I'm pretty pleased to have that. Nothing else too crazy with my VR headset. I'm gonna sit in my chair while I do the rest here. Down here, everything's still kind of out of whack in this general area. But I got Gravity Rush, and then it switches over to my PlayStation 5 collection, which I am gonna be doing another video on shortly. I'll get there eventually, so please be patient with that. And then we got my Wii collection. I love the Wii, man. It's such a cool system. My most notables here are obviously Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I just got this Wario Land and I really like the way it looked. So I left that there, and then I got House of the Dead 2 and 3 sealed back there. Really cool with this mouse droid from Disney World. It's a popcorn holder, really cool. And then right here, we got my dog Drogo's bed. This is where he hangs out when we're down here. Super cool, man. Now to get back to this stuff, the stuff that's on top, I got my boxed NES set, the Amiibos, my Doctor Who lamp, tons and tons of boxes and figures, and you're gonna notice a lot of 3D glasses. And if you're a Disney fan, you will know that they are from Disney World. I don't know how they managed to find their way here. But yeah, so this is just my like box collection here. Let's move on to the entertainment center. This is my favorite part in the whole game room. Obviously, it's the most used part, right? So over here, you'll see I have these two gargoyles surrounding both sides. They're from my grandmother from Czechoslovakia, and they're awesome, really cool. And on them, you'll see another Disney popcorn thing and another Disney Chewy mug. The head opens up. It's really cool. But you'll see I got I want to say this is like a 55, 60-inch TV, 4K, RCA, and then I just got this new sound bar. It's super cheap, but it's actually really cool. It sounds great because this is like a tiny little space. It's not big, so you don't really need a whole lot. Surprisingly got some good bass. Now, back here, I have this power conditioner where everything is funneled right through this thing. Every single thing you're about to see. This lamp is back here, my Pac-Man machine is, and in this general area is my store, my eBay store behind there. I'm not gonna bother showing you that. I'll do another video about that someday. But all of that stuff is powered through that power conditioner there. So when I flip it off, everything goes off. It's awesome. Now, you'll see everything here is set up and ready to go at the flick of a switch or two. So let's see what we got. We'll go right around from left to right. So we got my Japanese Sega Saturn. My American one is put away for now. You can't see it, but I have my cart in there that lets me play imports and American games. Then we got my Dreamcast. We got my GameCube, one of the many. I still have we'll get to it, but my Spice Orange over there just in case I want to play that. Up here, you got the PS5. Super cool, man. Then we got the Sega CD and the Sega Genesis with my Atari Retron. So that lets me play my Atari games in HD. Super, super cool, man. Down here, we have the original Xbox One with my Switch, then my Nintendo 64, my Retron 5. My PlayStation 2 is here, and I have room right there for my Evercade, which is coming tomorrow. So excited. Down here, we have the original Xbox, my backwards compatible PS3, my PS4 with the VR, that's right there, the VR headset, my Wii U, and my R2-D2 Xbox 360. It's my favorite console in the room. So, how do I have all this set up? Essentially, I had a CRT and it stopped working, so a lot of stuff got switched over to this TV. But all of this, my Saturn, Dreamcast, GameCube, PS5, both of those, and the N64 are hooked up to this TV, and also my Wii U. But the 360, the PS4, the PS3, and the Xbox original are hooked to this TV, so that when my wife is sitting here on this couch, I can be playing games and she can be watching Netflix here. You know, that kind of thing. Super cool, so we can enjoy time together in the game room. But yeah, that is my entertainment section. If you guys have questions about it, please let me know. Oh, and everything's hooked up to HDMI splitters, and then I have these component splitters, AV splitters, that just the flick of the switch will let me switch right to whatever console I want. So yeah, let's move on to some more games. Up here, we got a lot of Pokemon cards, stuff that I'm showing off. We got my McDonald's cards here. We got a Korean pack, some sealed tins, and other weird things. A lot of stuff up here is like just hodgepodge because, again, I had to make it work. I had to squeeze everything in that I could. You'll see I still have a bunch of figures up here, some stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. Again, just to make use of every bit of space I have because it is a small space. So you'll see I got some Evercade games up here on top of my Switch behind the link. We got this sweet Pikachu Switch controller that my wife got me for Christmas, hence all the Pikachu stuff nearby. Then all of my really cool Game Boy games here. Most notable is probably this one here, Metroid Zero Mission. And then I got Pokemon Crystal back here. It's hard to do this on camera. Crystal, Red, I got Blue in there. Some cool stuff. And then my, what's it called? Game Gear collection as well. Nothing crazy there. But that's kind of like a hodgepodge. You'll see I got my box Wario Land, or Donkey Kong Land 3. That's going for like $100 now, close to it. Then you'll notice my PS3 collection here. Again, just a hodgepodge of stuff. Nothing really crazy or notable in this setup. I did have Splatterhouse, but I've sold it because I just don't care about horror games. Sorry to all of you horror fans, just not my thing. However, we do have this really sweet, recognize that guy? This is me as a stormtrooper about 10 years ago. I got it in Disney World. Cost me like $150 then, and they sent it via mail. Really cool. Then I'm gonna pop a seat right here. We'll get to my Japanese section. First of all, let's check out this sweet soldier. Oh, Bug's Life glasses. Not soldier, I mean like Roman emperor, but super cool. That's been with me since I moved into this house a long time ago. But this is all my Japanese stuff here. So we got the Super Famicom back there, my limited Famicom set here. So I got my Kirby, my Zelda, my Star Wars back there, which I love, my N64 collection, Pocket Monster Stadium. You'll see I got some PS4 games, some Saturn games, DS game, PlayStation games, GameCube games, a ton of stuff back there. I just love the look of Japanese games, and in my old game room, I had a setup where I had tons of like Japanese consoles set up, if you remember, but I kind of had to condense everything into here, and I have all my consoles easily grabbed so that I can use them if so I wish. So here you'll see my Spice Orange GameCube and then my entire PlayStation 2 collection. You'll see some more like PS3, PS4 games back there. But yeah, I love this collection. I just love the way it looks, man. Now down here you'll see some of my handheld like games, consoles, things like that. Some extra consoles down here, some VHS stuff, only the good stuff. But again, it's like, that's like junk sections. And then you'll have my Minecraft sword, my Halo sword. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with those. And then this entire section, just like it was upstairs, is the Xbox 360. And you'll see it's like a hodgepodge of stuff here too. Nothing insane, nothing crazy, just a ton of games, some of my favorites. We got some giant Super Bowl grass my brother got me. I love my Xbox 360 controller collection. There are just so many cool controllers for this system. The Halo 4 right next to the Halo 4 Steelbook, my Gears controller, my C-3PO controller, my whatever they're, yo-yos, things like that. I love the 360. It is one of my favorite consoles. You'll also see my Talkboy in there. So this is just like a really special section for me. Now down here you'll see hidden back there is my PSP stuff, behind a bunch of weird Disney World snacks and weird handhelds and things like that. So super cool here. And then you'll see just a ton more stuff here, just like you see Alduin from Skyrim, got Baby Yoda, Stormtrooper helmet. Oh look, Pandora glasses. You see Kylo Ren's mask back here. Some more Star Wars figures, and that's my only window, my only light to the outside world. And this is our bookshelf. My wife and I share this, but obviously I have spilled, and this is all junk back here, man. Just tons of it, trash can. But this part right here, man, this part I'm really happy to have for multiple reasons. Number one, it's a charging station. You'll see I have an empty Coke here that I've already drank. But my charging station for all of my controllers, it's all on a flick of a switch. I have everything off right now, but it looks really cool when it's on. I also have a space heater here, some cheese balls, because you gotta have them. But this is the beer fridge, boys. Beer fridge. I got waters and sodas, and some of you have seen my recent pickup video where I showed off some of the weird beers that I have. But yeah, man, my goal is to be able to come down here and just have everything that I need to relax. You'll see the University of Delaware football helmet. I am an alum, as is my wife. I got my undergrad from there. Love that school. But yeah, super pleased to have a beer fridge. Did not get to have one back in the day up in the game room, believe it or not. And then I use these things to kind of like block off this section because my sump pump is right back there. And then right back here is the laundry room. You'll see a little protrusion. That is a full laundry basket, my friends, full laundry basket. And you'll actually see too, that I have a ton more seating down here. So I was able to get this chair in here, tons of blankets because it gets cold. But I got my lightsaber lamp with Salacious Crumb. We got some really sweet like coasters there, really awesome. And then you'll of course remember this couch here that I have had for many years. I got this new ottoman because the one I had upstairs did not fit and it was destroyed. And you'll see this is like, it's a complete mess already. I have to go through it. But yeah, that is pretty much the game room. Now I do want to show you this before I sign out. If I can find it, hold on, let me pause you here. I'll be right back. So I have this remote here and it's awesome because I can change the lighting in the room to any colors I want. So say I want blue, got blue above me, and then I can switch it over here to blue and more blue. But say I want half blue, do some green there, half blue here. Look at that. I just love that. And I'm really excited to be able to add some of that stuff down this hallway so I have more lighting coming in so you can see actually what's around. But yeah, that's my game room tour, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any like recommendations on how I can improve it, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this kind of stuff, you can follow me on Instagram at The Retro Gaming Collective and also on TikTok at The Retro Gaming Collective. You can check out my eBay store It's at the Retro Gaming Collective as well. And if you guys see anything in my store that you like, there is a code that you can use. It is YouTube Friend, and I will link that down below. And that's 10% off anything in my store for watching my videos, because I really appreciate you guys. But again, thank you so much for taking the time here with me today. And until next time, happy hunting.